Bringing people and communities together on seclosounds.org.
Your listening station.
Hi, I'm Terry Sullivan and welcome to this week's Sticks Radio Show. Two guests on the show. Later in the hour I'm going to be talking to a gentleman called Rob Miles. He's a member of Waterloo, an ABBA tribute band. And obviously we've got the Eurovision Song Contest happening in, just over a week, 2 weeks' time. I'll be talking to him. But first I'm having a legendary singer joining me, a gentleman called Tom Paxton. He'll be joining me after we listen to this, one of his famous songs. This is called Ramblin' Boy.
Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. He was a man and a friend always, stuck with me in the hard old days. Never cared if we had no dough. We rambled around in the rain and snow. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. In Tulsa town we chanced to stray. Thought we'd try to work one day. Boss said he had room for one. Says my old pal, then we'd rather bum. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Late one night in a hobo camp, the weather it was cold and damp. He got the chills and they got 'em bad. And they took the only friend I had. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. He left me here to ramble on. My rambling pal is dead and gone. If when we die we go somewhere, I bet you $1 he's rambling there. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy.
On today's show I have, he's a singing legend. He's been coming over to England for about 50 years or more. The gentleman's name is Tom Paxton. How are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing fine, and it doesn't seem like 50 years.
Does it not? It seems more like 60. No, I'm joking. I mean, you're coming over here. When was the last time you were in Britain?
Last year.
Last year. So do you make it a point?
I don't think I made it. I didn't make it to the stables last time.
No, you didn't. No. Well, have you been to the stables before?
Many times.
You have. Yeah, it's a lovely theatre, great music venue, isn't it?
It's one of my favourite venues in the UK.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'd be pleased to hear that. You've got a brand new album out, haven't you?
Yes, I have. For the first, I think it's the first new album in about 5 years.
Yeah, it's called
I don't know what took me so long, but I wanted to make sure I had the right songs for it. And once I did, I got a hold of my producer, and we went down to Nashville and did it.
Yeah, it sounds. I've got a pre-release copy because it's not out. It's not out until the 13th of April. But I have it here in front of me. I had to listen to it a little while ago, and it's very nice. It's very well. I think you should be very proud of it.
I am. I'm really proud of it. It has a lot of the elements I like to put into a CD, which is some humor, something a little deeper, a little commentary on the world we're living in.
Wow, that's an ever-changing beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
I must admit, I listened to it and I like the title track. It's called Redemption Road, the CD, and you perform with a lady called Janice Ian on it. Get it right, haven't it?
Yes.
And
Yes. Well, I've known Janice since she was 13, and we're currently on a U.S. tour together.
But you're
And,
yeah, she's not joining you in the UK. You've got a support artist
this will
called
be
Robin.
my old self, yeah.
Well, you've got a support called Robin Bullock. I don't know anything about them, but you have a support with you at the stables called Robin Bullock. So, but Janice is sort of well known over in England as well. I know she's quite a sort of a big noise as such, if we like to put it that way. How did you persuade her to come and work with you?
Well, you mean on the album?
Yeah, on the album, yes. And on the tour.
Yeah, well, Janice, she lives in Nashville. It was only like a 15-minute trip by car.
Well.
Come and sing with me. I did the same with John Prine. He lives in Nashville, so it's a matter of a phone call and come on and do this with me. I mean, I would do the same for them.
That's good. It's a lovely album. I think you say it's taken you 5 years you've been putting it together. I think most people though remember you from, shall we say, the classic songs, The Last Thing on My Mind, Bottle of Wine, and Rambling Boy. I've been described as a rambling boy many times, but that's probably a different story.
So you get fired a lot, is that it?
No, I don't get fired a lot. I get told I'm rambling. Don't shut up and don't ramble.
All right.
My wife tells me stop rambling. Waffling is the thing. Another thing we call it over here in England. So, I mean, what would you say so far has been the highlight of your illustrious career? I mean, it's been a long career. I mean, what would you say the highlight has been?
Well, there have been some highlights that I can really look back on. One was the Isle of Wight Festival in 1969.
Yeah?
That was enormous. I mean, 250,000 people or so, and it was a big success for me. Mm-hmm. Then I remember the farewell concert to Woody Guthrie after he died I think it was about 1968 or 69. I forget the year. And that was an unbelievable experience. Mm-hmm. And a few years ago, the one in Madison Square Garden for Pete Seeger, his 90th birthday.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
He's another one a bit like yourself, who's a very, very good songwriter and perhaps undervalued, shall we say.
I'm sorry, say that again?
He's another gentleman, Pete Seeger's a bit like yourself, a very good songwriter and perhaps undervalued.
Oh, yes. I've said the same thing myself many times.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the man who wrote Turn, 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 you'd say. You know, an absolute classic song that'll live forever. He wrote Where Have All the Flowers Gone?
I know, Long Time Passing. I remember that very well. It's a great song. I mean, what would you say your favourite song is, both one you've written yourself or one you perform, and one of somebody else's? Who would you say is your favourite songs?
My favourite songs? Well, it would have to be the aforementioned Ramblin' Boy and The Last Thing on My Mind, but some of my favourite songs are actually on this new album.
Are they?
I really love Redemption Road, and I think that Central Square is one of my all-time favorites. I think it's as good a song as I can write.
What's the story behind both Redemption Road and Central Square?
Well, it's a little more prosaic than you would think. My associate, my guitarist up in New England is named Jeff Barkley, and he sent me his album, and it had an instrumental on it. He played on slide guitar, and it was called Redemption, and it was so beautiful, I pulled the car over to the side of the road and called him immediately and said, let me write some words for that, and so Redemption became Redemption Road. Really?
And Central Square, is it as obvious as it sounds?
Yeah, that's my song. I actually began writing it in Central Square, Cambridge, Massachusetts.
It is as obvious as I thought. I mean, I just wondered if there was the hidden meaning. Sometimes, I mean, I have a habit, sort of every month or so, asking a stupid question. I think I've just done that one, but... Is there, I mean, over your career you've probably worked with, and people have recorded your songs. Is there anybody you'd like to work with or wish you'd work with?
Well, right now I'm working with in Nashville. I have a couple of friends I'm writing with named John Vesner and Don Henry, and the two of them co-wrote Kathy Mattea's monster hit "Where Have You Been?" Mm-hmm. And so they have a good history of songwriting, and we've begun writing together. We have a song called Eleanor, which we're really happy with, and I'm sure I'll ultimately record it myself. Mm-hmm. I would love to write. I would love to write with John Prine, and I suppose that it's a matter of picking up the phone and saying, "John, I'm coming down. Let's write some songs." Because I think he'd be amenable. I've known him for decades.
a long while. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your musical style, how would you say it's evolved over the last sort of 50 plus years? I won't keep dwelling on the 50 years, actually.
How would I describe my style?
Yeah, how was it sort of, your style and how it's evolved over the last so many years,
yeah.
you know?
Well, I think you would have to put it in the folk music category. I mean, I write in that idiom, even though sometimes it doesn't sound it. But if it weren't for the traditional American English and Irish and Scottish influenced American folk music, I don't know where I'd be. But I always loved Burl Ives and Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie and everything. So when I began writing in that idiom. And, I still pretty much write that way.
Because let's go back to the album. The album's, 14 tracks, of which 13 of them are yours, and one of them is a traditional one that you've arranged, The Parting Glass.
Yes.
It's a very nice album. I'm very, I really enjoyed listening to it. But there was one thing that I did see in there. You've dedicated it to your late wife.
Yes. Midge died last year on June the 1st, and I kind of dread June the 1st coming around again.
Yeah, well,
I miss her every day.
I won't dwell on it, but it's lovely because I'll read the notes that's written in there. It says, "My guiding star, editor, friend, and sucker for my jokes."
Yeah.
That is, when I read that, actually, I must admit, I had a little bit of a lump in my throat, and I thought, that's lovely. And I didn't really want to dwell on it, but I did want to let people know what it says, and I thought that was really, really nice, and...
I loved making her laugh. I loved making her laugh.
Yeah, I've been trying my wife for the last 29 years. She doesn't seem to work for me, so... What would you like to be remembered for, Tom?
Oh, I would like to be remembered as someone who cared. Someone who cared for people and how their lives were going, and I wanted to see them succeed.
Okay. nothing wrong in that. I think that's a lovely sentiment. Away